If you do a few things wrong, your eggs could become poisonous. Eggs are often praised as one of the best ways to get high-quality protein that is also full of important vitamins and nutrients. But what a lot of people don't know is that handling them wrong can hurt your body in ways you might not have thought of. The truth is that how you store, prepare, and cook eggs determines whether they are good for or bad for your health. In this video, we'll show you 5 common mistakes that can turn eggs from a healthy food to a possible health risk. If you've been eating eggs the same way for years without giving it much thought, some of these might throw you off. However, once you know these important mistakes, you can continue to enjoy eggs without thinking about hidden risks. Don't leave until the end. This isn't just about not making mistakes, it's also about making small changes that can have a big effect on your health and happiness. Our guide will show you what happens when you don't cook eggs the right way, and what you can do instead to keep them safe and healthy. You won't want to miss this if you want to keep eggs as a superfood and not a hidden danger. You should watch this video if you want to get the most out of your eggs without putting your health at risk. Before we start, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on health and wellness tips that are important to you. Also, don't forget to turn on the bell to get our newest content sent to you. It's time to begin. When making eggs, one of the most common mistakes people make is putting them in too much heat. Eggs are full of protein, healthy fats, and important vitamins, but putting them in temperatures that are too high can damage their structure. When eggs are overcooked, like when they are fried until they turn brown, boiled for so long that the yolk turns a gray-green color, or scrambled at very high heat, oxidation takes place, which makes harmful chemicals. Oxidized cholesterol has been linked to more inflammation and a higher chance of getting heart disease. If your eggs smell strongly of sulfur after being boiled for too long, that means they were cooked too long. The sulfur in the egg whites mixes with the iron in the yolk to make iron sulfide, which gives the egg its smell. This doesn't mean eggs are poisonous, but it does mean that some of their nutrients have been lost when they were cooked. If you eat overcooked eggs often, it could lead to long-term health problems, especially for older people who are more likely to get diseases related to inflammation. Take the case of Robert. He had been eating eggs for breakfast every day for years, frying them in a pan until the ends got crispy because he thought that made them taste better. But over time, he started having stomach problems and heartburn all the time. He changed how he cooked his eggs after learning about the dangers of oxidized cholesterol. Instead of frying them quickly, he chose to soft scramble them. Within a few weeks, he noticed big changes. He had less gas and more energy during the day. Another problem with cooking eggs too long is that they lose important proteins. Eggs have a lot of antioxidants, like lutein and zeaxanthin, and vitamin B12, which is good for your eyes and brain. But eggs may not give you all the health benefits they should because they lose a lot of their nutrients when they are exposed to high heat for a long time. Eggs are an important part of your diet, and how you cook them is just as important as what you eat. You don't have to give up eggs to avoid these risks, which is good news. You just need to be careful about how you cook them. If you barely boil, poach, or scramble eggs at lower temperatures, they keep more of their nutrients and don't oxidize as much. If you like to fry your eggs, making sure you use low heat and don't let them cook too much can help keep their nutritional value. Making small changes like these can help you get the most out of your food without putting your health at risk by accident. A lot of people think that eating eggs raw or barely cooked is the best way to get the most health benefits from them. There are major health risks with this practice though, which they don't know. Even though eggs are full of protein, vitamins, and minerals, eating them raw puts you at risk for getting salmonella and other bugs that are bad for you. For older people, This is especially scary because as we age, our immune systems weaken, making it harder to fight off infections. A senior can get very sick from something that might not be a big deal for a younger person. It's possible that you put yourself at risk when you ate homemade mayonnaise, cookie dough that was still soft, or eggs that were still runny. Salmonella infection doesn't happen very often, but it's still a big deal. Fever, stomach cramps, diarrhea, and being thirsty are all signs of an illness. For older people, these symptoms can quickly become dangerous and could even require hospitalization in the worst cases. A lot of people think that store-bought eggs are safe, but even eggs that look clean can have bacteria on them if they haven't been handled or kept properly. Take Margaret, a 68-year-old woman who loved having a raw egg smoothie first thing in the morning. She had been doing this for years because she thought it was the best way to take in all the nutrients. However, one day she had terrible stomach pain and felt sick for days. She was told she had salmonella poisoning after going to the doctor. She had faith in the eggs for a long time and never thought they were the ones who did it. She never had another problem after she switched to fully cooked eggs. She kept getting the same health benefits without the risk. Another reason to stay away from raw eggs is that they contain avidin, a chemical that binds to biotin. Biotin is an important B vitamin for nerve function, metabolism, and good skin and hair. Avidin stops the body from receiving biotin properly when eggs are eaten raw, which can cause deficiencies over time. When you cook eggs, avidin stops working. This lets your body receive all the good nutrients without any problems. Some people say that organic or free-range eggs are safe to eat, but the truth is that any egg can have bugs on it, no matter where it came from. Making sure your eggs are fully cooked is the best way to stay safe. It's safe to eat scrambled, boiled, or poached eggs, as long as the whites and yolks are both hard. Using pasteurized eggs can help lower the risk if you like runny yolks, but cooking them all the way through is always the best option. Leave a second comment below to let me know you're still here and that you found these ideas useful. Also, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and turn on the bell feature so you never miss our new videos. With your help, we can keep making material that is both educational and inspiring. Most people don't think much about how they store eggs after they've been cooked, but if you don't do it right, a perfectly safe food can become a place where harmful germs can grow. For eggs to become dangerous to eat, they must not be kept at the right temperature or left out at room temperature for too long. Bacteria do best in warm places. Dangerous pathogens can start to grow in just a few hours after eggs reach the danger zone between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. The effects of foodborne illnesses are usually worse on older people than on younger people, so this is especially scary for them. If you've ever forgotten about scrambled eggs on the counter for a few hours and then chose to eat them, you might have put yourself in danger. Bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli are more likely to grow on cooking eggs that sit out for a long time. Coli. Putting cooked eggs in the fridge slows down the growth of bacteria, but they still need to be kept correctly. Keep them in a jar that won't let air in and eat them within a few days. Hard-boiled eggs should be eaten within a week, while mixed or fried eggs should be eaten within 3 to 4 days. He liked to save time by making a lot of scrambled eggs at the beginning of the week. His name was George, and he was 72 years old. He would put them in a jar with a loose lid and put it in the fridge. Every morning, he would take out a piece. Over time, he started to feel sick and have gut pain all the time. When he realized that the way he stored the food might be the cause of his digestive problems, he moved to smaller batches and containers that kept air out. Since then, he hasn't had any more problems. Cross-contamination is another problem that isn't thought about when eggs are stored incorrectly. When cooked eggs are near raw meat, veggies that haven't been washed, or other contaminated foods, they can pick up bacteria that is bad for you. A lot of people think that eggs are safe after they are cooked, but once they cool, they can get contaminated by germs, just like any other food that goes bad quickly. One mistake that people often don't notice is heating eggs up the wrong way. Because eggs don't reheat well, if you've ever put extra eggs in the microwave and noticed that they felt rubbery or smelled bad, that's because eggs don't reheat well. Not only does cooking them too much ruin the nutrients, but it also makes them tough and tasteless. It's better to slowly warm them up on low heat on the stove, adding a little water or broth to keep them from drying out. If you use a microwave, heat them in short bursts and stir them every so often to keep the better structure. Keeping your eggs in the right way is important if you want to avoid getting sick and get the most out of them. Always keep them in the fridge, store them in cases that won't let air in, and eat them before the safe time frame. How you treat food can make a huge difference in how healthy you are. For example, storing eggs the right way can keep you from having digestive problems and keep you feeling your best. One easy way to make eggs unhealthy is to eat ones that are cracked, past their expiration date, or not kept properly. Eggs may look fine on the outside, but they could be full of harmful bugs like salmonella if they're past their prime, or have even a small crack in the shell. This is especially important for older people because getting older weakens the immune system, making it harder to fight off infections that younger people might be able to get better from more quickly. Anyone who has opened the fridge and thought, "Are those eggs still good?" is not alone. Many people only look at the date on the carton to know when eggs go bad, but what they don't know is that eggs can go bad before that date, or even last a little longer, depending on how they were kept. The water test is the best way to tell if an egg is still fresh. Just put the egg in a bowl of cold water. It's fresh if it sinks and lays flat. It's still fine if it stands up straight, but it needs to be used soon. You should throw it away if it floats. Like Evelyn, a 74-year-old woman who always watched what she ate, but never gave her eggs much thought before she used them. When she cracked an egg into her pan in the morning, she smelled something strange. She didn't care and cooked it anyway. Within hours, she started feeling sick and having stomach aches. She found out at the doctor that a bad egg gave her food poisoning. After that, she always checked the water before using her eggs, and she never had another problem after that. How the eggs are handled before they get to your house is another important issue. If eggs were kept at the wrong temperature, whether in the store, on the way home, or even in your fridge, they can get condensation, which makes it easy for bacteria to grow. Because of this, it is best to keep eggs in the coolest part of your fridge instead of the door, where the temperature changes a lot. Another secret danger is cracked eggs. Small cracks in an egg, even if it looks fine when you buy it, can let germs in. That cracked egg you brought home. It's better to throw it away than to risk your health. The same rule applies to eggs that smell or look different. They should not be eaten because these are clear signs that they have gone bad. Leave the fourth comment below to let me know you're still here and that you think this information is useful. People often make the mistake of using the wrong cooking oil when they are making eggs. Eggs are high in protein, healthy fats, and important nutrients. However, the type of oil you use can change whether your meal is good for you or makes you more likely to get sick. A lot of people don't know that when you heat up some oils, especially veggie oils that have been processed a lot, they break down into chemicals that are bad for you and can hurt you over time. Trans fats and oxidized lipids may have been present in your food if you've ever fried eggs in margarine, veggie oil, or refined seed oils like corn, soy, or canola oil. These bad fats are connected to swelling, heart disease, and even memory loss in older people. Natural fats are easily processed by the body, but trans fats mess up the way cells normally work. which causes damage that lasts for a long time. People over 65 should be extra careful about how much fat they eat because long-term inflammation is linked to age-related diseases like arthritis and heart problems. Frank, who was 78 years old, had been cooking his eggs in veggie oil for many years. He didn't think much about it because he thought oil was just oil. But when he learned that highly processed seed oils were bad for him, he moved to healthier options like olive oil and butter. Within a few weeks, he realized that he wasn't as tired after meals and that his digestion was better. The only thing he changed was how he cooked his food. That small change made a big difference in how he felt every day. What you eat is important, but how you cook it is even more so. A small change in the way you cook can have a big effect on your health in the long run, and make sure you get all the health benefits of the eggs you love. Think about the way you've been eating and cooking eggs. Even though eggs are one of the healthiest foods you can eat, small changes in how you cook, store, and handle them can tell the difference between protecting your health and putting it at risk. The good news is that it's easy to avoid making these mistakes. After you make these changes, you'll be able to eat eggs in a way that is good for your body. If you've been cooking your eggs too long, turn down the heat to keep their nutrients and stop damaging oxidation. If you've been eating eggs raw or not fully cooked, you might want to switch to fully cooked eggs to lower your risk of getting sick. The right way to store food is just as important. To stop germs from growing, keep cooked eggs in the fridge and handle them carefully. A simple water test can help you make sure your eggs are fresh and safe to eat, even if you haven't thought about looking for cracks or dates on the eggs. Finally, picking the right cooking oil can make a huge difference. It can help you avoid unnecessary inflammation and make your food healthier. Your body needs the food you eat to work well. Improving your energy, digestion, and general health can be achieved by making smarter choices about how you cook your meals. It's not about giving up eggs, it's about enjoying them in a way that gets the most out of them while reducing any risks. Thanks for being here today. Let us know what you learned from this video and how you plan to use it in your life by leaving a comment below. Tell us what you think. We care about it. Don't be shy. We feel very motivated and encouraged when we read your opinions. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it and found it useful. With your help, we can keep making material that is both educational and inspiring. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.